Well, right after this, we're in the kitchen. And we're talking with Kirby Moir for Food City Friday. How you doing, Kirby?
I'm doing excellent today. Happy
Registered
Friday.
Dietitian Kirby Moir. I forgot to leave. That's important. That's important because we're talking about it's National Heart Month, and we want to do a little heart-healthy eating.
Yes, heart-healthy focus. And the reason this is so important to talk about is that, unfortunately, heart disease affects most Americans, both male and female.
Right.
And I think it's so common. We hear about people having high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and of course we get medications that help manage that, but we really can help manage that with food as well.
All right, and we're talking about one kind of food particularly today, and that's walnuts, because walnuts are really high in some amazing things that our body needs.
Yeah, they're so nutrient dense, and today I'm hoping you're gonna feel like they're really versatile and we can figure out some good ways to fit them into our diet. But we've talked about fish and seafood before containing something called omega-3 fatty acids.
Yes.
The interesting thing about nuts, they contain a similar form. Walnuts, out of all tree nuts, have the most of that concentrated.
Okay.
It's called ALA. Again, taking notes at home.
Okay.
But that's
There'll
why
be a test later.
Yes, that's why we really want to try to include this in our diet.
Yes.
It's about a fourth of a cup, about 14 to 16 halves is a serving, so it's not a very large portion, about the palm of our hand. For us, you said earlier, the most classic dish we think about, maybe with doing walnuts.
I've had them crumbled up in oatmeal before, yes.
Yeah, and that is a powerful pairing for heart health. Oatmeal contains soluble fiber, it's low in sodium, it's low in fat, and then this is going to be a really easy, simple technique. But another option for breakfast time is a classic egg cup, but we actually created a crust utilizing ground oats and ground walnut just in the food processor or the blender. You put that in the bottom of your muffin pan, crisp that in the oven for a little bit, and then you just top with eggs and spinach. Mixed together.
How simple.
Super easy, and then we're prepping ahead of time too if you're somebody that struggles with getting that morning meal in.
Right.
Feel like we don't have time.
You can make those ahead of time, freeze them, and just pop them back in the microwave.
And then switch in different veggies. And again, we're getting more soluble fiber, which is beneficial for heart health, and we're also getting, again, vegetables, protein, and healthy fats from those walnuts.
And does it matter what kind of walnuts you're eating, or is they all the same?
So you will see some options that might be candied or maybe seasoned. Ideally, we want to go with the ones that are just our plain walnuts that don't have anything added to them. But I do have a tip over here if you want to add a little bit of flavor for snacking on the go. This is actually an at-home candied walnut. You just use egg whites as your wash, and then you're going to mix in your seasonings. I chose to sub in a normal sugar with stevia.
Right there.
Stevia, it's not an artificial sweetener. It's called a non-nutritive sweetener. Naturally comes from plants, but that's going to give us that sweetness, and I like a little heat, so I did a little cayenne pepper, a little cinnamon, a little nutmeg.
And I tried one of those, and they're just a little
You could pare it down though.
Yeah, they're not that spicy. They're not going to burn you up.
Yeah, but great to just snack on their own, throw in a salad, pair that up with your yogurt or your oatmeal. So again, there's tons of options that it might be more convenient, but you can kind of make that any flavor you want at home, and it takes about 10 minutes in the oven. So,
and I know a lot of folks, I was talking about different kinds. We have black walnuts that grow around here. We also have English walnuts that I don't think grow around here so much. But there's different types of walnuts you can choose, and Food City carries a lot of them.
That is right. And we learned today that although I know a lot about the nutrition, the cultivation of walnuts, Chris might know more than me this morning in this subject, which is great. So we're
I love black walnuts. They are so good. I mean, but they're hard to crack. They're hard to harvest. But the effort is worth it.
It's worth it. And luckily at Food City we have those convenient options. You don't have to put in the work and they're ready to go. Yes, absolutely.
We're going to come back here in a few more moments. She's going to show us some more great recipes featuring walnuts for Heart Month. But if you want to find out about everything that we're seeing here right now, go to foodcity.com.